Yield back the balance of my time. The chair now recognizes the ranking member of the subcommittee for 5 minutes for questions.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thanks again to our witnesses for being here today. And Mr. O'Connor, thank you for all of your work on the Energy and Commerce Committee. You were instrumental in helping us craft a lot of the portions on modernizing the grid and transmission. We have a lot of work to do there. But one of the overriding aims of the infrastructure law and our historic clean energy and climate law, the Inflation Reduction Act, was to put money into the pockets of hardworking families and small business owners, and do that in a host of different ways by providing funds to help weatherize their homes. Gosh, that's very important in my neck of the woods where our summers are longer and hotter, and if we can weatherize homes, they can save on their electric bills. Or tax credits for appliances or rebates. Right now, thousands of homeowners are rebuilding from the hurricanes, and they're going to be able to save money, thankfully, when they have to go out and buy that new heat pump or some other appliance. In fact, independent researchers at Resources for the Future conducted modeling on just the IRA, and that says that over the next decade, hardworking families will save significant dollars. I mean, these numbers are thrown around and they shouldn't go over our heads. $209 to $278 billion over the next decades. That's hundreds of dollars into the pocketbooks of families who could really use it right now. So, Mr. O'Connor, there's a discussion underway of repealing the IRA, whether it's through reconciliation or kind of the illegal wrench that the administration has thrown in to projects going on from Department of Energy loans and grants. What will happen to energy prices if the IRA is repealed or this illegal stop work order is successful? Microphone.
Oh, is your mic on?
You just mentioned I had worked here before. Thank you for the question. According to recent research from Aurora Energy Research, repealing the IRA and continuing to withhold funding would increase electricity prices by an average of 10% across the country, with some states, notably Texas, seeing much steeper increases in electricity prices. And that's a function of a few things. One, as you noted, the IRA induces a significant amount of new investment into generation. Bringing new projects onto the grid is going to lower electricity prices and make sure we can address the growing load that Chairman Lotta referenced, particularly from data centers and AI. If we don't bring those new projects onto the grid, then we're going to have to do more with less, and we're simply incapable of doing so. And so people are going to end up paying more for electricity. There's going to be, contract prices will go up as data centers try and outbid each other for new generation, and ultimately consumers are going to bear the cost.
So 4 years ago, prior to this manufacturing boom, America was highly dependent upon Asia to manufacture key building blocks of the clean energy economy. And there were tariffs by Democratic presidents and Republican presidents, but they really failed to ignite domestic industries like solar. But today, thanks to the Inflation Reduction Act, the U.S. is producing record amounts of solar panels and batteries, and we're quickly on our way to meeting domestic demand. So, Mr. O'Connor, does the clean energy economy does this transition, this manufacturing boom, does it make, what does it do to our dependence on China? And what would it do if Republicans are successful in rolling back these investments in our domestic manufacturers?
Yeah, thank you for the question. It makes us less dependent on China. And if we were to repeal the IRA, it would make us more dependent. And I can share this from personal experience, representing companies who have availed themselves of the Section 45X Advanced Manufacturing Production Tax Credit to open new domestic manufacturing in many of the states represented by members here, and also the Section 30D credit, which includes incentives both to make sure that batteries in EVs are manufactured in North America and that the critical minerals included in those batteries are manufactured in North America or countries with we have a free trade agreement. And I will tell you that there are a number of companies in the run-up to the election who are thinking about making domestic critical mineral investments in either production capacity or processing capacity in the United States in response to the IRA's incentives, but did not know whether they should make those investments because if the IRA is repealed, there's no economic incentive for them to do so. They'll just keep it in China or not just China, other countries that they're currently located in.
Thank you very much for your important testimony. I yield back.
The gentlelady yields back. The chair now recognizes the